Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to explain about the factors that affects BMR. Before I explain factors affecting BMR, first let's understand what is BMR. So the proper definition for BMR is the amount of energy required by the body for carrying out involuntary work and maintaining the body temperature is known as BMR, basal metabolic rate. So otherwise, the another definition, it says that it is the estimated minimum level of energy required to sustain the body's vital functions when at rest. So which means at rest, how many calories you are burning to carry out those normal functions of your body. So that's called BMR. So now let's see what all factors affects these BMR rate. Now let's see one by one. First one is body composition. So when I say body composition, immediately you all know what comes in body composition. Mainly we talk about fat percentage and how much muscle mass one has, and this difference actually makes a lot of difference in an individual's BMR rate. So an athlete will have higher BMR rate to compare non-athlete. So this difference is obvious and everyone knows about it. A person who has more muscle will burn more calories than a person who is having more fat percentage. So this is one of the factor that influences your BMR. So an athlete with well built muscle and little body fat has a higher BMR than a non-athlete with more body fat. The next factor is age. So age, as you age, there are so many physiological functions declines. Like for an example, your muscle mass decreases after certain age. You lose a certain amount of certain percentage of muscle mass as you age. So same way, even your BMR rate reduces as you age. So during periods of rapid growth, your BMR will be higher, and it decreases gradually as you age, and during pregnancy and lactation period, women normally will have higher BMR. And the next factor is sex. Gender plays a major role. Normally men will have more muscle mass to compare women. So the BMR is 10% higher in males as compared to females. So men tend to be larger and partly decided by their gene as well. So they have more lean mass, and that's a major contributing factor for men having higher BMR. So women on the other side, they have more fat percentage than men. So this is another factor that influences your BMR, which is directly connected with your weight. The next one is when you have fever, your BMR increased by 7%. So for each Fahrenheit rise in temperature, you will be having a higher BMR rate. And then the next one is your state of health. So how healthy you are, that also influences your BMR. So when you are on starvation, a person who is always on starvation and malnutrition kid or an individual will have very less BMR, and a person who is having diseases like cancer and tuberculosis will have higher amount of BMR. So your state of health also affects your BMR. The next factor is body size. So heat is constantly lost through the skin. So through skin, your body is trying to maintain the body temperature. A tall and well-built person has a greater skin surface area than a shorter person or a small person because of their greater skin surface area. Because of the skin surface area will be less for a shorter person to compare a tall and well-built person. So they lose more heat through skin, hence higher BMR. And then the next factor is hormones. Your hormone influences the BMR rate. So if you have disorder in the thyroid gland, and if you have a hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, that increases and decreases your BMR rate. Next factor is your climatic condition. So BMR rises when the climate is cold, and even if the climate is warm, your BMR increases. So climatic condition affects your BMR rate. And then psychological factors also plays a major role in BMR. When you are worried constantly, and if you are depressed, or if you have any anxiety problem, that will affect your BMR. So because it's mainly influenced, it is controlled, your BMR is controlled by nervous system and hormonal system. So that way it is getting influenced by these psychological conditions as well. So that's it for today. Thank you guys. See you in my next video. Bye bye.